For more on all of this, we are pleased to be joined now by Newsmax TV political consultant and strategist Dick Morris. Dick, the co-author of the bestseller Power Grab, Obama's Dangerous Plan for a One-Party Nation. And Mr. Morris is Skyping in tonight from Connecticut. So, Dick, before we get to the back and forth, something interesting from Team Trump and the Republican National Committee. An alliance in fundraising. It's called the Trump Victory Leadership Team. And the RNC released a statement earlier with Donald Trump saying he's honored to help raise money for the GOP to defeat Hillary, then added, and let's go to the statement, this is an impressive leadership team comprised of talented individuals working together to unite the party and win what will be the most important election of our lifetime. The money raised is an investment in the Republican Party and the future of our country, which as president, I'm going to make better and stronger than ever before. So, as we are speaking, Dick, right now out in New Mexico, Donald Trump holding the first of 40 to 50 fundraisers. The goal is $1 billion, but he's fundraising from the very people he railed against during the primary campaign. So how is that going to be viewed?
Well, I think it's unfortunate. I think that it would have been better for Trump to keep his purity. But it's one thing for a guy to decide to spend $100 million. It's another thing to spend $2 to $3 billion. And that's what Trump will have to spend. And obviously, he needs help in raising it. So let me go. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, so he's trying to make a distinction, saying, look, I'm just here to help out the Republican Party. I want to do this and show the right kind of cooperative spirit. So he's trying to team build, basically.
Yeah, I think maybe. But everybody sees through that. It's most of the money will be for his campaign. And I think that he was right in the primary not to take money from donors other than very small donations. And I think that was right for then. It's not right for now. I don't think it's a big deal. Everybody's going to be doing it.
Well, everybody needs money for campaigns, and one guy who has raised a lot of money and raised a lot of eyebrows is now in some trouble, apparently. That's Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe. The FBI checking for possible campaign finance violations. The feds investigating whether donations made from a Chinese donor are in fact legal. Earlier today, Governor McAuliffe of Virginia responded to the investigation, and here's what he had to say.
There's no allegations of wrongdoing. They're entitled to do an investigation. As I say, it relates to this donor, a valid donor. He'd been a green card holder since 2007, and he fully vetted.
All right, so there's Terry McAuliffe. He has always created controversy as he's raised some money. Connected at the hip to the Clintons, are they going to be able to back off of this thing, or might this have an impact on Hillary's campaign?
Yeah, this can be very dangerous for both Clintons and certainly for Governor McAuliffe. The FBI does not just investigate stuff unless they have a reason. And in this case, McAuliffe had a business that was based on working with Chinese nationals who came into the United States under a special visa program, a program that's honest but is corrupt. What it says is that if you invest $500,000 creating jobs in the United States, you invest in a company, we will give you a visa to come to the United States. So it's basically cash for visa, only it's legal. And McAuliffe had an enterprise going of getting a lot of people in under that program, some of whom were barred from admission to the United States because of national security grounds when they tried to get in. And this company that is basically Chinese-based and funded by this program, a lot of those people then gave money to McAuliffe's campaign and also to the Clinton Foundation and also, in many cases, to Hillary's campaign. So this is the fruits of the poisonous tree. And this could be a very serious allegation in terms of its impact on the Clintons.
And the basic problem is quid pro quo, something for something. Let's go to the phones. First up tonight at 1-877-NEWSMAX is Teddy calling in from Charleston, South Carolina. And Teddy, I understand your question deals with Mr. Morris and his literary efforts.
Hey, Teddy.
Hey, Mr. Morris. I know you had to do a lot of study to figure out Mr. Obama, as I call him, the King Obama, as we call him in the South, because you know how he is. He thinks he's royalty. But you studied quite a while to figure it out, didn't you? Well, I'm having difficulty hearing you.
Dick, what about the research you did for this book, Obama's Dangerous Plan for a One-Party America?
A lot of research for it, and I have a new book coming out in 4 weeks called Armageddon, How Trump Can Beat Hillary. And in all of this, I've really worked at understanding how Obama is trying to usurp the entire constitutional system of the United States, and that this is truly the last election we're ever going to have if we lose it. I mean, we'll have other elections, but the ballot will be stacked because of all of the illegal immigrants without photo IDs who will be coming into the country who can vote. And all of the restrictions on free speech, all of the IRS investigations of donors to the other party. This is all designed to create a one-party system in this country. And we're one election away from it.
Dick, and let me thank Teddy for the call, and let me also go to some of your other work with pen in hand, and that's specifically talking about your column, a new column you have, where you say, however you slice it, Hillary Clinton has little to offer but the status quo and Bill Clinton. Would you elaborate on that for folks looking in tonight?
Yeah, Hillary, in effect, look, the job of the president of the United States is to run the economy, okay? I mean, that's overwhelmingly the job, plus national security, but it's mainly the economy, stupid. And Hillary has no background, no experience, no credentials, and has never really been involved in economic policy. And then she said that she would delegate that to Bill. So in effect, the economy, don't ask me, ask my husband. And in effect, what that is saying is that he'll resume his duties as president when Hillary gets elected, and Hillary will just continue on as Secretary of State. I think that no matter how you look at this race, you have to see Hillary as the continuation of Obama, with little bitty baby steps to clean up around the edges, soften some of the rhetoric, clean up after him the way first-term presidents after two-term successes do. But all of the real proposals for change, for major alterations in the way this country is run, are coming from Donald Trump.
All right, well, speaking of Donald Trump, we've got someone calling in who wants to talk about the Donald. Let's go to Utica, New York, and take a call from John. Hi, John.
Hi there. How are you? Love your show. Love your show. Love your guests, too.
Thank you.
You know, if anybody's going to talk about somebody going bankrupt, it should never be the Clintons. That's for sure. I mean, I would never want to make my money the way they did. But how come they never bring up that Walt Disney went bankrupt and look what he's created?
Yeah, well, you know, that bankrupt cuts two ways, doesn't it, Dick? We got about a minute.
Yeah. Well, look, Hillary said ridiculously, how can anyone go bankrupt running a casino? We all know that online gambling has knocked casinos out of the park. And it wasn't Trump's fault. Atlantic City as a whole went bust. But the fact is that the Clintons have never had to meet a payroll, have never had to run a business, have never had to cope with a profit and loss statement. And for them to be criticizing Donald Trump, one of the most successful businessmen of our era, when they have no experience and no record in it, takes a little bit of chutzpah.
Well, chutzpah often defines politics. Dick Morris, we thank you for your insights. Again, the book that Dick was talking about earlier is Power Grab, Obama's Dangerous Plan for a One-Party Nation. And you heard what Dick had to say. You heard what our callers had to say. Why don't you let me know what you think by joining us in our conversation at 1-877-639-7629, 1-877-NEWSMAX. You can also comment. You see where you can go on your computer and via Twitter. When we come back next, the author of the new book, See Something, Say Nothing.